Every summer, DNR officials and volunteers actively pick up trash and litter at state parks across Iowa.
But nearly a decade ago, our state set out to launch an ambitious annual conservation rite of passage, a paddling adventure known as Project Aware. Seven days of paddling, dozens of river miles, tons of trash. It's a one-of-a-kind environmental journey that launches every summer from a river inside Iowa's borders.
The education, the more formal education that's provided in the programming, the experience that's provided by the river, I mean, all of that comes together in an education experience that you really can't find anywhere else.
The DNR Environmental River Expedition, known as Project Aware, involves hundreds of volunteers who spend their summer vacations working as aquatic garbage collectors, cleaning up, learning about, and exploring Iowa's rivers. Project coordinators choose a different river each year, hoping to spread a message of cleanup across the entire state. It's an idea spawned by a desire to create an annual environmental rite of passage that could make a significant dent in Iowa's often subpar water quality.
We wanted to organize an event for the citizens of Iowa to not only help further their understanding of Iowa's landscapes and our watersheds, but to also give them an opportunity to get their feet wet. So from that, the idea of a river cleanup, and RAGBRAI is widely popular for going across the state and spending a week. And we thought we could spend a week out on Iowa's rivers and not just paddle a little scenic stretch here or there, but let's paddle an entire stretch as much as we can.
An idea hatched from an Iowa water meeting nearly a decade ago has grown exponentially into more than 400 paddlers removing tons of trash every year. Most camp along the route as DNR officials plan educational or entertainment events throughout the week-long expedition. The trash tossed into the river can date back mere weeks or even decades. It varies from twisted metal to ever-present tires strewn up and down Iowa's many rivers and streams.
This year, in the first day, we had 100 tires. The second day, we had 100 tires. Today, we had 30. This garbage that's coming out, we don't just throw it into a garbage can and then throw it away into a hole in the ground in a landfill. It's all sorted out into cans and plastics, glass and metal and tires. And so it takes a lot of effort on land too to sort this out and to get it to where it needs to go.
Project Aware 2011 lured 429 volunteers to pull more than 32 tons of trash from the Little Turkey, and Volga rivers. 96% of the trash consisted of scrap metal and tires, all of which were later recycled. To find a final resting place of some recycled materials, take a trip to the Iowa State Fair.
This is Dave Williamson. He spends his fair melting scraps of metal found in Iowa's lakes and streams.
Iowa is a place where rivers are significant. There's only 3 places on the planet like this. There's the Tigris and the Euphrates, there's the Yellow and the Yangtze, and there's the Mississippi and the Missouri. Iowa lives, and Iowans live in a powerfully creative place because of the rivers. And this gateway talks about that and honors the work of those people who honor those rivers.
Williamson begins molding artwork no one would have ever dreamed could have started as a rusty piece of river trash. That art now adorns the gates of the Iowa DNR building.
The gates have castings that look like water forms at the top, so you get the feeling that you're standing at the bottom of the river. And then the security components are wrought iron canoe paddles, because we think that the canoeists of Iowa are the gatekeepers for the river's health.
Williamson hopes his work sends a message to not only those old enough to clean up their state, but to the next generation.
So it's really legacy work for Iowans to come and tell their story and be a part of a story of water quality.
It's a similar desire on the river. Young families are encouraged to chip in and devote their summer vacation to a camping and paddling adventure that includes a hefty dose of environmental cleanup. Organizers have already witnessed Project Aware becoming a tradition.
All of the volunteers of all ages cheer on and encourage participation from our youth, because that's ultimately what it's all about, is sharing our love of the outdoors with our future leaders in the next generation.
July 2012 will mark the 10th anniversary of Project Aware, as hundreds of paddlers descend on the Iowa River. The event continues to send a strong message that Iowa's rivers need more help, and it starts with an army of volunteers aboard a fleet of canoes picking up trash, one piece at a time.